Hello all, Emery's back. Got another job to do. The weather is reasonable. It's been wet every day, and today I've got a little bit of break in the weather. So what I thought I'd do is do a job that was picked up by a service engineer at Mercedes when I had my W204 in for an airbag replacement, because there was a fault on them. So that was all free of charge, but while they were about it, they do their video service thing, and they picked up on the engine mount, not the engine mount, sorry, the gearbox transmission mount, and they give me a quote to fix it at £407. Now I've seen on YouTube, as you do, and the actual cost of the part is only £48, and this is a genuine Mercedes gearbox mount. Let's take it out. I'll give you a closer look. And basically it's only held in with four let's get this, four 13mm bolts, you can see there, which sort of connects to the sort of like a under chassis strengthening bar, and there's two 16mm bolts that go through here onto the gearbox. And basically what happens is, if we have a look, this rubber section inside, with the weight of the gearbox over years, will tend to drop, and it can affect the drive shaft and everything. It can be quite dangerous if you leave it, and it can cost you, you know, you can run into much bigger costs. So I thought I'd better get this done. But we're talking 6 bolts here. So why have they charged me £407 to do the job? Horrendous. Anyway, what I'm going to do, put that away. I'm going to make the car as safe as possible. And if you've seen in prior videos, what I do is literally take it up on the pavement, put the back wheels on blocks, and it gives me enough space to get under. Hopefully it's enough space to do this job, and it's completely safe, because you can see it's on top of the curb. It's not going anywhere. Anyway, let's get this car up on its where I want it to be, and we'll take a look at undoing the cover, the protection cover, not the engine cover, but there's another cover at the back that actually pretty much covers the area of the automatic transmission gearbox. Stay tuned. Right, I put the wood on the grass. Obviously it's going to raise the car just a little bit more, probably half an inch, which all helps, and it's going to protect the grass. And let's put these ramps in so I can get up. Right, that's under there. What do you think about that then? That gives me a fair bit of room, doesn't it, to play with? Fantastic. I might just need to go and get something to lie on. I think it's a bit wet there. I think I've got an old coat in the boot, so that'll be handy. Right, let's take a look. Basically what you've got is about 7 of these. They're not in very tight at all. In fact, what I do is use a little cycle little spanner I've got here, and they undo very easily. This goes all the way to the front and will interlink with the engine cover. So there's like 2 at the engine end, but I'll just go through. But you can see the type of thing. There's about 7 all the way through, and it easily comes off. I've taken off a few times actually doing other jobs, if you've seen my prior video. So anyway, let me get on with that, and I'll be right back. I've actually got the clips somewhere, so because sometimes what happens is these clips get corroded and they just basically knacker up. So, but you can easily just put in these new clips and then put in new little nut bolt things, you know, whatever they are. So it's not a problem if any of them break or the cross thread or anything like that. Anyway, let's get on to doing that job, and I'll be right back. Right, there you go. Now we should be able to just pull this straight out. Well, hey, okie dokie. Let's pull this out and show you. So there you go, you got the 3, 1, 2, 3, one over there, 4, 5, 6. There's the 2. Well, these are the ones I forgot, didn't they? Oh, you got about 10. You can see the layout. They're the 2 that go into the, you know, link with the engine cover. Right, let's move on from the cover and see what we got. It's be interesting to see the wear on the mount that's in when we take it off. Hopefully we can take it off and it's not got any really horrendous bolts to undo, but they are 16mm, so yeah, tricky. Also, we've got to put some support under the gearbox, because obviously when you take it off it might drop a little bit, and it's already dropped, so I've got a little bottle jack for that. It only costs about 12 quid, but it's up to about 4 tons, so let's go and have a look, see what we got going on anyway. Let's have a look. Right, here's the cross member here. Now you have got a lot of bolts here and they're probably going to be quite tight, so I'm not going to take them. Apparently you don't need to, but there isn't a lot of room, but it should manoeuvre its way out. There's the 2 16mm bolts, and that is the mount that I've got to take off. And underneath, right, I've had real problems. You don't see it in many videos, but these 16mm bolts are really quite tight, and to use a normal socket 1/2 inch wrench, which is quite big, I still couldn't budge them. Basically what I've had to do is I've managed to get in with I just so happen to have a brake bar, so it's huge and long, and it was still difficult to undo these bolts. So that's just a warning, it can be very, very difficult to undo these just with a ratchet. You're going to need something a little bit more of a lever to put on the end of a ratchet, maybe, just to undo these. They make it out they're easy to take off, but they're not. I mean, these have been in for 9 years, so you know, I've managed to sort of break it. It's moving, so I can go back to the other ratchet, but initially I couldn't do it with the ratchet, so just a word of warning. Right, let me get the other ratchet on. Right, once they're actually you sort of break them with the brake bar. Look, there's no effort required. I can't take them out yet because I need to support the gearbox. But yeah, they've come loose, and I'm going to be able to take them out. Yeah, just try these out. Just a standard. Oh, there you go. So these are not going to be any problem at all to remove. You've got one more there. Yeah, no problem. Right, hopefully that's going to support it enough. Fingers crossed. Right, let's get me ratchet back and see if we can undo these. On the other side. I don't know how I'm going to manoeuvre it out, to be honest. I might be able to get it through a gap at the back. I don't really want to start undoing anything unnecessary. I want to make it as simple as I possibly can make it, really. Blimey, that's a long bolt. Length for that bad boy. Right. Yep. That's that one. And now it's just finishing off the these. Actually, some of these are almost. Right, that's all the bolts out. Let's see what happens. Can I get this out without taking any brackets out? Oh, I don't know. Let's have a look. There you go. Oh, it's very, very loose. And right, 3, just remember the way it goes around, 3, obviously 3 30mm at the front. That's quite funny because you only have 2 bolts to take out at the front and 1 at the back. It's odd, isn't it? But let's see if we can maybe pull it through this hole. Take a look. Hope so. Yay! Let's take it out and have a look.
Oh, finally.
Right. Let's have a look. Let's have a look what we got here. Ah, this is it. You can see there's quite a big gap at the top compared with the let's go and have a look at the other one in the boot. Here you go. Let's see if we can see them side by side. Let's go over here. So we've got the old one on the right and the new one. Yeah, it's quite a bit of drop. It's about 3 times it's dropped the gap of that one. Is it loose or not? It's quite solid. Well, you can't move that one at all, but I can move. I've got a little bit of movement on this one. Let me just have a look. I'll put you there. Oh, look. Can I do that with the other one? Oh, you can with the other one. You can't move it. But, yeah, it's definitely dropped. And they said it needed replacing, so... yeah, fantastic. Anyway, right, let's get on with putting that one back. Right, first off, I need those at the front. That's the way round, because you've got the one 13mm there, and all, you know, those 3 at the front. Well, there's only going to be 2 bolts for some reason. Obviously, for other models, we'll have 3. But obviously, you can't get it through. I can't get it through there. I get it through this little hole here. If you can see, hopefully up here, it just sort of goes in through there. I'll just tease it back there in place like that. Wow, you can certainly see the distance from the drop, because this is now resting on this plate, and it's the bars are much higher than what they were. So I've actually got to jack the gearbox up so I can put the bolts through. Right, let's get on with that. Yeah, I think that's about it. Fantastic. Oh, it's great stuff. It's all going well. Just reasonably tighten them up, because I don't want to tighten up the full way. I'll torque them up because I know the torque setting. Also, I've got to put 13 ones in. Right, that's that. Let's put the 13. Well, that's about it. We've got it all in place. £407 job, quite straightforward. If you had easier access, it'd be a lot more easier, but you know, trying to do it DIY is much more difficult. Anyway, that's about it. Catch you all soon in the next video. Take care all. Emirates.